You know what's wild? That gorgeous flowering plant you just brought home from the nursery could be quietly plotting against your family, your pets, or even you. I'm not talking about some rare exotic species either. I'm talking about plants sitting on display shelves right now that thousands of people buy every single week without a second thought. One accidental brush of your hand, one curious pet nibble, and suddenly you're dealing with a medical emergency. In 2023 alone, the ASPCA's Poison Control Hotline received over 12,000 calls about toxic plant ingestions. But here's the thing nobody's telling you. There are stunning alternatives that give you the same beauty without any of the danger. Stick around because what I'm about to share could literally save a life. Hey there, garden friends! Welcome back to Serene Green Gardens, the channel where beautiful gardens don't have to cost you a fortune or your peace of mind. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. We're all about smart, budget-friendly gardening that actually works in the real world. And to my returning viewers, you absolute legends. Thank you for being part of this community. You know, we don't do clickbait here. We do real talk, real solutions, and real gardening wisdom you can actually use. Now, before we dive into these 7 dangerous plants, do me a quick favor. If you want more honest, no-nonsense gardening advice that helps you create a safe, beautiful garden without emptying your wallet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss when we drop new videos every week. Seriously, it helps us reach more garden lovers like you, and trust me, you'll want to be here for what's coming. All right, let's get into this. So here's what's really frustrating. Walk into any garden center or nursery, and you'll see rows and rows of plants that look absolutely stunning. Vibrant colors, lush leaves, gorgeous blooms. And most people, myself included when I first started gardening, just assume that if it's being sold at a reputable nursery, it must be safe, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. The truth is, nurseries are businesses. They sell what's popular, what's beautiful, and what people want to buy. But here's what they're not required to do. Sit you down and explain which of these plants could send your kid to the emergency room or make your dog violently ill. Some have tiny warning labels in small print that most people never read. Others, no warning at all. And look, I'm not here to fearmonger or tell you to be scared of every plant. Plants are incredible, but knowledge is power. And today we're going to arm you with the information you need to make smart choices. We're covering 7 dangerously common plants you'll find at almost any nursery, why they're problematic. And here's the good part. I'm giving you beautiful, safe alternatives for every single one, so you get the garden of your dreams without the nightmare scenarios. Plant number 1. Let's start with a plant that's absolutely everywhere right now, and honestly, it makes my stomach turn every time I see someone buy it without knowing what they're getting into. I'm talking about Oleander. Now, Oleander is drop-dead gorgeous. Those clusters of pink, white, red, or yellow flowers, stunning, the glossy evergreen leaves, beautiful all year round. It's drought-tolerant, low maintenance, and thrives in hot climates. Sounds perfect, right? Except, here's what they don't tell you at checkout. Oleander is one of the most poisonous plants on the planet. And I mean seriously toxic. Every single part of this plant contains cardiac glycosides, which are compounds that mess with your heart rhythm. We're talking leaves, flowers, stems, roots, even the nectar. There are documented cases of people getting sick just from burning oleander branches and breathing in the smoke. Kids have been hospitalized from using oleander sticks as makeshift skewers for roasting marshmallows. I wish I was making this up. In 2019, a family in Southern California lost their beloved horse after it ate clippings from an oleander hedge that had been tossed into their pasture. The animal died within hours. And it's not just livestock. Emergency veterinary clinics in warm climate states like Florida, Texas, and Arizona report multiple cases every summer of dogs and cats being rushed in after chewing on oleander leaves during yard work season. Symptoms of oleander poisoning include nausea, vomiting, irregular heartbeat, blurred vision, and in severe cases, it can be fatal. A single leaf contains enough toxin to harm a child. Pets are especially vulnerable because they're smaller and more likely to chew on plants out of curiosity. Your safe alternative? Here's what you should grab instead. Go for knockout roses or desert rose varieties that are specifically bred to be non-toxic. You get those same gorgeous blooms, that same pop of color, and they're just as low maintenance in warm climates. Knockout roses come in similar shades to Oleander. They're hardy, drought-resistant once established, and they're safe around kids and pets. Desert rose gives you that exotic look with stunning trumpet-shaped flowers. You're getting the beauty without the risk. It's a no-brainer. Plant number 2. All right, number 2 is going to surprise a lot of you because this one's a household favorite. I'm talking about Pothos, also called devil's ivy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, Pothos? That's like the most popular houseplant ever. Exactly. That's the problem. It's everywhere. It's in living rooms, offices, hanging baskets, you name it. People love it because it's basically indestructible. Low light, no problem. Forget to water it for 2 weeks. It'll forgive you. It's the ultimate beginner plant. But here's the catch. Pothos contains calcium oxalate crystals, and when these crystals come into contact with skin or are ingested, they cause immediate irritation. For humans, especially kids, this means burning sensations in the mouth, tongue swelling, difficulty swallowing, and intense discomfort. For cats and dogs, it's even worse. They can experience drooling, vomiting, difficulty breathing, and in severe cases, kidney damage. The thing is, most people don't realize this until something happens. A toddler pulls a leaf off and chews it. A cat nibbles on those trailing vines because they look like fun toys. In 2022, a veterinary clinic in Portland reported treating 3 cats in a single week for Pothos poisoning. All 3 survived, but the vet bills ranged from $800 to $12,500 per pet. That's a hefty price for a plant that costs maybe $15. Your safe alternative? Switch to a spider plant or a prayer plant. Both give you that same lush, cascading look that makes Pothos so appealing. Spider plants are equally tough. They purify the air, they're pet safe, and they even produce cute little baby plants you can propagate for free. That's budget-friendly gardening right there. Prayer plants have stunning patterned leaves with burgundy undersides that honestly look way more interesting than Pothos, and they're completely non-toxic. You're upgrading your plant game and making your home safer. Win-win. Plant number 3. Number 3 is a garden classic that's been around forever, and chances are you've seen it in someone's yard. I'm talking about Foxglove, also known as digitalis. Foxglove is absolutely magical looking. Those tall spikes covered in tubular flowers that look like little fairy bells. Gardeners love them for cottage gardens and shady spots. They're elegant, they're romantic, and they come in gorgeous shades of purple, pink, white, and yellow. Pollinators go crazy for them too. But here's the dark side. Foxglove contains digitalis glycosides, the same compounds used to make heart medications like digoxin. And while that might sound medicinal and controlled, in plant form, there's no dosage control. Eating even a small amount of Foxglove can cause serious heart problems, including irregular heartbeat, extremely low pulse, nausea, hallucinations, and potentially fatal cardiac arrest. What makes Foxglove especially dangerous is that it looks so harmless and pretty. Kids are drawn to those bell-shaped flowers, and because it's often planted in gardens alongside vegetables or herbs, there have been cases of people accidentally harvesting foxglove leaves, thinking they were something edible like comfrey or borage. In 2018, a UK gardener ended up in intensive care after mistaking foxglove leaves for comfrey and brewing them into tea. He survived, but it was touch and go for several days. Your safe alternative: go for snapdragons or penstemon instead. Both give you those same tall, elegant flower spikes that foxglove is famous for. Snapdragons come in every color you can imagine. They're safe around kids and pets, and they're actually easier to grow because they self-seed like crazy. That means free plants year after year. Penstemon, also called beard tongue, has that same tubular flower shape that hummingbirds and bees absolutely love, and it's completely non-toxic. You get the fairy tale garden look without any of the danger. Hey, quick pause here. If you're finding this information helpful, do me a solid and smash that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to know about plant safety. And drop a comment below telling me which of these plants surprised you the most, or if there's a plant you want me to cover in a future video. I read every single comment and I love hearing from you. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We've got so much more garden wisdom coming your way. including a video next week on budget-friendly pest control that actually works. All right, let's keep going because the next one is probably in your garden right now. Plant number 4. Number 4 is one of those plants that seems innocent because it's been growing in gardens for generations. I'm talking about daffodils. Now, daffodils are spring icons, right? Those cheerful yellow blooms are basically the official flower of winter is over and life is good again. They're sold by the thousands every fall as bulbs, and people plant them everywhere. Parks, home gardens, along walkways. They naturalize beautifully and come back year after year. But here's what most people don't know. Every part of the daffodil plant is toxic, especially the bulbs. They contain licorine and other alkaloids that can cause serious problems if ingested. The bulbs are particularly dangerous because they look similar to onions, and there have been cases of people accidentally cooking and eating them, thinking they were harvesting something edible from their garden. In 2015, an elderly couple in Britain accidentally cooked daffodil bulbs thinking they were onions. Both ended up hospitalized with severe vomiting and stomach cramps. They recovered, but it was a scary few days. Symptoms of daffodil poisoning include severe nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and in extreme cases, convulsions and cardiac arrhythmias. Pets that dig up and chew on daffodil bulbs can get seriously ill. And even handling daffodil bulbs can cause skin irritation for some people, a condition called daffodil itch that's well documented among commercial bulb handlers. Your safe alternative: plant crocuses or grape hyacinths instead. Both are spring bloomers that give you that same burst of early color when you need it most. Crocuses come in purples, yellows, and whites. They're completely safe, and they're often cheaper than daffodil bulbs. Grape hyacinths have those adorable little clusters of blue or purple flowers that look like tiny grapes, and they're non-toxic to people and pets. You still get that spring has sprung feeling without any worries. Plant number 5. All right, number 5 is a popular ornamental that you'll see in landscaping all the time, especially in warmer regions. I'm talking about Sago Palm. Here's the thing about Sago Palms. They're not actually palms at all. They're cycads, which are ancient plants that have been around since the dinosaurs. They look tropical and exotic with those feathery fronds, and landscapers love using them because they're low maintenance and add that resort-style vibe to any yard. But sago palms are incredibly toxic, especially to dogs. We're talking about one of the most dangerous plants you can have if you have pets. Every part of the plant is poisonous, but the seeds, which look like little orange or red nuts, are the most toxic. They contain a compound called psychocin, which causes liver failure. The scary part is that dogs seem to find sago palms particularly tempting. Maybe it's the texture, maybe it's the smell, but dogs will chew on the fronds or try to eat those seeds, and the results are devastating. Symptoms start with vomiting and diarrhea, but quickly progress to seizures, liver failure, and death. Even with aggressive veterinary treatment, including hospitalization and IV fluids, the survival rate for dogs who eat sago palm is only about 50%. That's terrifying. The Pet Poison Helpline reports that sago palm is consistently in their top 5 most dangerous plants for dogs. In 2021 alone, they handled over 1,200 cases of sago palm poisoning in pets. Most of those cases were dogs, and tragically many didn't survive despite emergency care. Your safe alternative: go for a true palm like an areca palm or a parlor palm. Both give you that same tropical look with those graceful feathery fronds. Areca palms are pet safe. They're great for filtering indoor air if you're using them as houseplants, and they're easier to care for than sago palms. Parlor palms are compact, elegant, and completely non-toxic. They're also more affordable than sago palms in most nurseries. You get the tropical paradise aesthetic without turning your yard into a danger zone for your furry friends. Plant number 6. Number 6 is a shade garden favorite that's absolutely stunning, but comes with serious risks. I'm talking about lily of the valley. Lily of the valley is one of those plants that gardeners either love or have never heard of. It produces these delicate, bell-shaped white flowers that smell absolutely incredible, like intoxicating perfume levels of amazing. They spread easily, they thrive in shade where other plants struggle, and they make a beautiful ground cover. But lily of the valley contains cardiac glycosides similar to foxglove and oleander, and every part of the plant is poisonous. The flowers, the leaves, the roots, even the water in a vase that held cut. Lily of the valley can be toxic. Ingesting any part of this plant can cause irregular heartbeat, digestive distress, mental confusion, weakness, and even death in severe cases. What makes lily of the valley especially risky is that those little bell-shaped flowers and the red berries that follow look appealing to children. They're at kid-eye level when planted as ground cover, and they look like something out of a fairy tale. Kids see them and want to pick them, play with them, maybe even taste them. And that's where the danger lies. There's a documented case from 2017 where a 3-year-old in Michigan ate several lily of the valley berries while playing in the backyard. The child's heart rate dropped dangerously low and required emergency hospitalization and cardiac monitoring for 48 hours. Thankfully, the child recovered, but it was a close call that could have been avoided. Your safe alternative: plant sweet woodruff or foam flower instead. Sweet woodruff has those same delicate white star-shaped flowers, and it smells wonderful, especially after rain. It's completely safe and makes an excellent shade ground cover that spreads nicely. Foam flower has beautiful maple-shaped foliage that turns bronze in fall and produces spikes of tiny white or pink flowers that are just as charming as lily of the valley. Both are non-toxic, both thrive in shade, and both give you that woodland garden magic without any risk. Plant number 7. And finally, number 7 is a showstopper that's having a major moment right now in garden design. I'm talking about Angel's Trumpet, also called Brugmansia. Angel's Trumpet is absolutely breathtaking. Those huge pendulous flowers that hang down like bells can be over a foot long. They come in white, yellow, pink, and peach, and they release this intoxicating fragrance at night. Garden designers love them for creating dramatic focal points, and they're showing up more and more in nurseries and garden centers, especially in zones 9 through 11. But here's the problem. Angel's Trumpet contains tropane alkaloids, including scopolamine and atropine, which are powerful hallucinogens and toxins. Every part of the plant is dangerous, but especially the flowers and seeds. Ingestion can cause hallucinations, paralysis, confusion, seizures, rapid heart rate, and in severe cases, coma or death. What makes Angel's Trumpet particularly concerning is that it's been used recreationally by people seeking a hallucinogenic experience, and this has led to numerous poisonings and deaths. The effects are unpredictable and uncontrollable, and there's no safe dose. In Colombia, where the plant grows wild, there have been documented cases of criminals using Angel's Trumpet extracts in drinks to incapacitate robbery victims. It's that powerful. In the U.S., emergency rooms in warmer states report cases every year of teenagers who tried brewing Angel's Trumpet tea, or eating the flowers, only to end up hospitalized with severe symptoms. Even gardeners who handle the plant extensively can absorb toxins through their skin or accidentally touch their face after pruning. Your safe alternative: go for flowering maple or trumpet vine instead. Flowering maple, also called a butylon, produces beautiful bell-shaped flowers in similar colors to Angel's Trumpet. It blooms prolifically, and it's completely safe. Trumpet vine gives you those same large trumpet-shaped flowers in brilliant oranges and reds that hummingbirds go absolutely crazy for. Yes, it's vigorous and needs management with annual pruning, but it's non-toxic and actually attracts way more pollinators. You get the drama and beauty without any of the nightmare scenarios. Before we wrap up, I want to give you 3 quick honorable mentions. Plants that didn't make the main list but are still worth knowing about. First, hydrangeas. Those gorgeous ball-shaped flower clusters. They contain cyanogenic compounds that can release cyanide when chewed. Not usually fatal, but pets and kids can get very sick. Second, castor bean plants. They contain ricin, one of the deadliest poisons known. Just 2 or 3 seeds can kill a child. Many nurseries have stopped carrying them, but they're still out there. And third, azaleas and rhododendrons. Beautiful spring bloomers. But they contain Grayana toxins that can cause vomiting, low blood pressure, and in severe cases, coma. The Pet Poison Helpline lists them as one of the top plants that are lethal to dogs. The point is, there are dozens more dangerous plants beyond these 7. Always research before you buy. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. We covered 7 plants to think twice about: Oleander with its heart-stopping toxins, Pothos that irritates skin and mouths, Foxglove with its dangerous cardiac compounds, Daffodils and their poisonous bulbs, Sago Palm that's devastating to dogs, Lily of the Valley with its deceptively beautiful but deadly flowers, and Angel's Trumpet with its hallucinogenic alkaloids. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to scare you away from gardening. Plants are amazing and gardens bring so much joy to our lives. But just like we child-proof our houses, we need to be smart about the plants we choose, especially with kids and pets around. The good news? For every dangerous plant, there's a safe alternative that's just as beautiful and often easier to care for. You don't have to sacrifice aesthetics for safety. Before you buy any plant, do your homework. Ask questions at the nursery. Check the ASPCA's toxic plant database if you have pets, and make informed choices. If you already have these plants, just keep them away from play areas and consider swapping them out over time with the safer options we talked about. Alright, garden friends, that's it for today's video. I hope this was helpful and eye-opening. If it was, please hit that like button and share this video with anyone you know who gardens, especially if they have kids or pets. This is information that could genuinely save lives, and the more people who know about it, the better. And seriously, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe right now. We're building an amazing community here at Serene Green Gardens, and I've got so many more videos coming that'll help you create a beautiful, safe, budget-friendly garden you'll love. Next week, we're diving into natural pest control methods that cost less than $5. You won't want to miss it. Hit that bell icon so you get notified. Drop a comment and let me know. Did you have any of these plants in your garden? Are you going to swap them out for the safe alternatives? I want to hear your stories and your plans. And if there's a specific plant you want me to research for safety, let me know and I'll cover it in a future video. Thank you so much for watching, for being here, and for caring about creating safe spaces for the people and pets you love. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep making your garden a place of beauty and peace. I'll see you in the next one.